Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're heading somewhere many of us probably picture in, well, pretty specific terms.
Yeah.
The south of France. You know, sun-drenched landscapes, sparkling coastlines.
Like the classic image.
Exactly. But our sources really paint a much more complex picture. It's way more than just a postcard. So our mission today is to kind of peel back those layers, go beyond the usual rosé and lavender fields, and uncover some genuinely curious, lesser-known stuff. The idea is to give you a fresh, maybe more informed perspective. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here, I think, is how these specific details, these sometimes kind of quirky facts, they aren't just random trivia. They add real depth, to the region's beauty, its history. Our goal isn't just listing facts, but connecting the dots, exploring why it actually matters for understanding this, well, iconic part of the world.
Totally agree. And believe me, the sources we dug into for this deep dive, they are packed with surprises, unexpected things. We're talking about a fairy tale fortress that's more than just pretty. It's like a master class in defense through the ages. A good look at an ancient Roman marvel built with just astonishing precision, and a 17th century canal, a huge engineering feat linking oceans, which was, frankly, unprecedented.
Right.
You'll find out the surprising origins of a world-famous promenade, why certain towns became the perfume capitals. We'll explore these unique natural areas with unexpected wildlife.
Flamingos, even.
Oh, yeah. And we'll even touch on a tiny village tangled up in Holy Grail conspiracy.
Oh, that one.
The whole mystery of the man in the iron mask. And even find a town with this startling, Mexican-style architecture. Each one really reveals another surprising layer to a place we think we know.
Sounds like quite a journey.
It is. Let's start with Carcassonne. When you see photos, it looks almost too perfect, right? Like a film set.
It really does.
But our deep dive suggests that appearance hides something, deeper, more authentic in a complex way. What's the real story behind this fairy tale fortress?
Well, yeah, you're right. It looks almost staged, but our sources confirm it's absolutely the real deal. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, one of Europe's most complete fortified cities. Its history. It stretches way back to the Gallo-Roman period.
Wow, okay.
The genius of it really is in the layers. You've got the original Gallo-Roman walls, then later medieval double fortifications built right on top or around them. It represents this adaptive architectural history. It shows exactly how defense strategies had to evolve over 1,000 years to counter new threats.
But so it wasn't just built once and stayed that way?
Not at all. It was constantly being updated, reinforced. That layering made it virtually impregnable for centuries. It's a living textbook almost.
That's truly remarkable. A lesson in military architecture just etched in stone.
Okay.
Moving from grand structures to something else the south of France is famous for.
Yeah.
The air itself, the scents. We think of lavender fields, obviously.
This iconic image.
But our sources confirm their role is, much more significant than just tourism.
Oh, absolutely. It connects directly to Grasse. Grasse isn't just a perfume town. It's really known as the world capital of perfume.
Right. Why Grasse specifically?
It boils down to a few key things. It has this unique microclimate, and the soil, this sort of calcareous soil, is perfect for growing very specific, highly prized fragrance flowers. Think centifolia rose, grass jasmine.
Really valuable ones.
Exactly. And their molecular structures are so complex, they're almost impossible to replicate well synthetically. So you have this natural advantage plus centuries of passed down distillation secrets. This is why the big fashion houses, the top perfumers, they have to source their core essences from Grasse. There's no substitute, really.
That explains so much. Okay, so from delicate flowers, let's shift west to the Languedoc region. The Canal du Midi, our sources call it an engineering marvel, finished in the 17th century. What made connecting the Atlantic to the Mediterranean so incredibly ambitious back then?
Oh, it was hugely ambitious. I mean, the ingenuity wasn't just, let's dig a ditch between two seas. It was about tackling serious challenges, big changes in elevation, different types of terrain.
How did they manage that?
They built, get this, 328 structures. That includes 63 locks, and some of those locks were revolutionary for the time, like multi-chambered ones. Plus tunnels, aqueducts, and the whole thing was powered by this really innovative water supply system using reservoirs up in the hills.
Right.
It fundamentally changed trade and travel in France. You could bypass the dangerous and often enemy-controlled Strait of Gibraltar. It was a massive boost for internal commerce.
That kind of foresight, in the 1600s. It's mind-boggling. And speaking of outside influences shaping the region, let's move along the coast.
Right.
Promenade Zanglais, iconic, right?
Absolutely, world famous.
But resources point to a rather unexpected origin story. It wasn't just built for the locals.
That's right. Turns out the promenade wasn't initially a local project. It was actually funded by English aristocrats back in the 19th century.
No way. Why?
Well, they weren't just visiting nice. They were spending winters there to escape the, dreary British weather. And they basically wanted a stylish place to walk along the seafront. So they paid for it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It really is. It's a fascinating snapshot of how, early tourism and international wealth literally shaped the landscape we see today, long before mass tourism.
I can just picture them, can't you? Dreadful drizzle back home, darling. Let's build ourselves a sunny walkway right here.
Oh.
Okay, now for something ancient, truly ancient. The Pont de Garde, near Nimes, Roman aqueduct, stood for nearly 2,000 years. What's the most astonishing thing about its construction, according to our sources?
The truly incredible part, it was built without a single speck of mortar.
Wait, what? No cement or anything holding the stones together?
Nothing. Roman engineers cut these massive limestone blocks, some weighing several tons, with such incredible precision that they interlocked perfectly. Gravity and friction alone hold the whole thing up. It's a technique called dry stone masonry.
That's astounding. How on earth did they achieve that kind of precision on that scale back then?
They used a system of precisely carved stone bosses, little knobs left on the blocks, and sophisticated lifting tongs to maneuver these immense blocks into place. They fit them together so tightly it said you couldn't slip a knife blade between them.
Wow.
It not only ensured structural integrity, but also made it surprisingly resistant to earthquakes in the region, which shows, really advanced foresight for its time. It's an ancient masterclass in engineering.
That really is ancient brilliance. Okay, shifting gears completely. Nearby, there's the Camargue region. Our sources describe it as quite wild. White horses, black bulls, flamingos, all roaming freely. It sounds like one of Europe's most unique ecosystems.
It absolutely is. It's a prime example of a really distinct natural habitat managing to persist right within a, highly developed part of Europe.
What makes it so special?
It's the landscape itself.
Yeah.
These brackish lagoons, salt marshes, reed beds. They create this specific environment that supports these really iconic wild populations. You've got the native Camargue horses, those famous white ones, the black bulls used in local traditions, and huge colonies of migratory flamingos.
Flamingos in France.
Yep. It makes the Camargue crucial for biodiversity in Europe. Visiting it feels a bit like stepping into a nature documentary, honestly. Very different from the Riviera vibe.
Definitely sounds it.
Sure.
Okay, from natural wonders to enduring mysteries. For the history buffs and maybe the conspiracy theorists listening, our sources point to Rennes-le-Château, tiny hilltop village.
Ah, yes. Dan Brown territory, almost.
Exactly. It's absolutely wrapped up in conspiracy theories, legends of hidden treasure, some even linking it to the Holy Grail. It feels like something straight out of a novel.
It really does. Now, whether any of those legends are actually true is, hotly debated, to say the least. But what's significant is how deeply rooted these stories are in the local culture. They give the village this enduring aura of enigma, mystery. It's a fascinating case study in how myths, true or not, can profoundly shape a place's identity and draw people in for centuries.
Keeps the mystery alive. And speaking of mysteries, just off the coast, the Côte d'Azur, you have the Ile de Lorraine. One of these islands, Sauce Marguerite, was once the prison for the real man in the Iron Mask.
That's right, the actual historical figure.
And his identity is still a complete mystery today, isn't it? The intrigue around him just doesn't seem to fade.
It really doesn't. And the fact that the mystery persists despite centuries of speculation, countless theories, Voltaire wrote about it, Dumas wrote about it, it just underscores the enduring power of these historical enigmas. The island isn't just a former prison. It's like a focal point for these big questions about power, identity, secrecy. Questions that still fuel fascination and debate today.
Absolutely. Okay, one final stop on our tour of the unexpected. Barcelonnette.
Yeah.
You find this town way up in the alpine parts of the south of France.
Right, near the Italian border, mountain territory.
Yet, bizarrely, it boasts these distinct, very grand, Mexican-style villas. What is that about?
It's a wonderful, kind of charming story of migration and cultural feedback loops. These villas were built by locals who became known as the Barcelonettes.
Okay.
In the 19th century, many people left this relatively poor alpine valley to seek their fortunes in Mexico. A lot of them got into the textile industry, department stores, that kind of thing, and became incredibly successful.
So they made their money abroad.
Exactly. And when they returned, often very wealthy, they built these large, flamboyant homes inspired by the grand haciendas and the Porphyrian architecture they'd seen and lived in over in Mexico.
That's amazing.
It is. So these villas aren't just pretty houses, they're like tangible markers of this really interesting globalized past, showing how people brought experiences from halfway around the world back to enrich their small hometown, a little piece of Mexico in the French Alps.
What a fantastic mix. Okay, so what does this all mean? We've kind of zipped through quite a lot here. Carcassonne's evolving defenses, the science behind Grass's perfumes, the sheer ambition of the Canal du Midi,
The English influence on Nice's promenade.
right? The Pontigard's mortarless magic, the wild Camargue, the mysteries of Rennes-le-Chateau and the Man in the Iron Mask, and finishing with Barcelonet's Mexican flair. It really drives home how these places we might think of in one way are actually far more complex, far more interesting than just their surface appearance suggests.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, all these seemingly disparate threads, you've got Gallo-Roman history, medieval fortifications, 17th century hydroengineering, 19th century aristocratic trends, ancient Roman building genius, unique ecosystems, centuries of luxury craft like perfume, enduring mysteries, unexpected cultural crossovers. They all weave together to paint this much richer, more nuanced portrait of the south of France. It shows a region shaped by layer upon layer of human history, ingenuity, natural forces, all contributing to what makes it unique. It's not just one thing.
It really isn't. It truly makes you wonder, doesn't it? Thinking beyond the south of France now. How many other places that you think, maybe places you visit often or live near, might also be holding these kinds of fascinating hidden histories, these curious details, just waiting beneath the surface?
Yeah, that's a great point.
This deep dive today is just one example, really, of the surprising depth that you can often find under the familiar. Makes you think, doesn't it? What other seemingly ordinary places out there are actually full of extraordinary secrets?